Today I'm gonna show you how to build a microscale Lego space colony. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today let's jump right into the build. Over here we have a friendly alien minifigure that is not gonna part of the build, but if you have any suggestion for a minifigure habitat for this alien minifigure, please let me know in the comments down below. While here we're gonna start with a very simple 16 by 16 base. So we are gonna build a microscale vignette, and this is a sort of lunar landscape. Now let's start by adding a little bit of slopes and a little bit of terrain. You might recognize some of these slopes that I'm using, in particular this very long one. They actually come from the Star Wars set, the Vader and Against Obi-Wan Kenobi set that I got for myself, but the set, as you know, it doesn't look so great, so I'm gonna keep the minifigures and I'm gonna use the parts for my build. Here I have another interesting slope, a quite flat one, that I think it was good to add here on the side that is closer to the camera. A little bit of extra plate over there at the back, so as you can see we have a lower front and then we raise it up a little bit at the back, and in the center we are gonna create a sort of crater, again with this sort of corner curve wedge plate that also come from that Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader set. So here we have our lunar landscape. Now let's start to add a little bit of civilization, starting from the spaceship. So here we have a sort of cone-shaped spaceship coming down or lifting up, that is up to you to decide, on the land, and we are gonna add a little bit of smoke at the bottom, just using these ice cream pieces to create a sort of smoke effect coming off from there. If you don't like having stuff laying around like that, you can just use, instead of this plate, you can use one of these modified brick and then add all the ice creams on the side, and you're gonna have pretty much the same effect. Something like this, you can rotate and change it around, up to you. Over here I want to add some sort of architecture, the way to go in and out the ship. So I'm going to use this joystick piece over here. I'm going to put it facing back and up. So this is some sort of, I don't know, tower crane kind of thing that can allow the access to the spaceship. Now, at the back, we can start to add a little bit of sort of settlement. Here we have a transparent dome, and I'm also starting to use some parts from R2-D2. So here we have the main body of R2-D2. I'm gonna connect it here at the back with a big dish on top. So this could be a sort of communication research center kind of thing. And another interesting part that I wanted to add is this teapot, that I think it could be some sort of treatment thing that we can add here on the surface of the moon. I'm no expert at all in what we could find on the moon or in any space colony or Mars colony, but I think it gives an interesting shape on this landscape. Over here on this taller part over here, we are gonna add some solar panels, because of course we need to get our energy somewhere. So I'm just gonna use these printed solar panels that come in many sets. They are very big for this scale, I think, but let's assume they are some sort of combination of many different panels on the surface of our base over there at the back. I think we're gonna start to add also a little bit of vehicles. So for the vehicles, I'm just using a simple roller skate with one tile on top, and we can have a few of these roaming around the surface of the base, and we can also have one that some sort of construction kind of vehicle that is working here on this slope, and I think this is also quite interesting. And over here I'm gonna add a sort of antenna, so I have this spiky white part that is gonna go over here, so we get a little bit of a higher profile on this side as well. This could be some sort of antenna for communication, or I was even thinking about putting upside down as some sort of maybe wind turbine kind of thing, but I think it looks better this way. Over here, we're gonna add some more settlement, some more bigger structure. We are gonna start with this one. So we have some sort of dome piece, and then the smaller one by one, that are gonna connect different part of these settlements. So over here, we are gonna add another dome, and then we have over here a sort of drink can piece. Is full white, no decoration, so it's perfect for a kind of taller structure over here. So these are all connected. This is not connected because I'm missing the gray part with the rounded 2x2 with the hole that I can connect upside down to this one. So I'm just gonna put it like this, but of course if you have one like this one, you can use it on that side. Now let me put this back over here, and the teapot that goes in the hole, perfect line. Over here, we are gonna add a little bit of smaller structure. So here we can have some, I don't know, maybe the first settlement back in the days when they move over here, or some smaller kind of houses. And here we are gonna actually use these teacups that we can use upside down, and they get this, again, sort of igloo kind of shape, and I think they work pretty well in this landscape. And I think now it looks already pretty good, but we need to fill up this big crater in the middle, and what better place to create a big dome. So on top we are gonna use this big dome, so it's gonna create a closed environment inside, and of course I'm gonna use to give a little bit of color to this scene. So here I have a round plate. I already added some water feature and some trees. So here we can have one more tree. It's just gonna connect over here to diversify a little bit what we have inside. Another one of these one by one, but instead of a curved one, I'm gonna have a triangular shape one for a small building, and another kind of towery at the back. For the main structure, the main dome at the center, I'm gonna use actually the head of R2-D2 that I think works really well with all those details as a micro scale building in a sort of space moon base setup. We are just gonna connect these in the middle, and then we can just put the dome on top. This one doesn't need connection, can just sit over there because it's a little bit on a weird angle. And now we have our moon base completed. Let me know, guys, what you think about this build. It's actually inspired by a build that I did 4 years ago for a LEGO Ideas contest. That was an interesting concept of a colony that developed along with the building instructions. I'm gonna link down below a couple of very short videos if you wanna check out the link to that whole project. So this was kind of a new take with some more interesting part usage and with a little bit of a better building skills that I acquired over the years. Let me know if you have any ideas for the alien minifigure habitat. And if you enjoy micro scale builds, I highly recommend you to check out my playlist of micro scale habitats. Thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Please consider to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.